Following is a class on the Srimad Bhagavatam, 2nd Canto, 1st Chapter, Text number 4, given by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, recorded on November 7th, 1973, in New Delhi, India.
Translation. Persons devoid of atma-tattva do not inquire into the problems of life, being too attached to the fallible soldiers like the body, children, wife, etc. Although sufficiently experienced, still they do not see their inevitable destruction.
Yes. The same word is being continued. Apashyatam atma-tattvam. Those who are blind about atma-tattva. The science, the spiritual science, the knowledge of spirit soul. So, these persons, those who are blind, those who are accepting this body as the self, like cats and dogs, their description is given here again. That they are bodily, beginning from bodily comes, I am this body, I am American, I am Indian, I am this, I am that. Deha, and then apatra, children, and kalatra, wife. First of all, one deha, one body, just like this child. He is only one conception, that I am everything, this body. Gradually, when one grows, becomes youthful, there is sex desire. Therefore, finding out the opposite sex, kalatra, wife, or girlfriend or boyfriend. So, kalatra adi, making the center, kalatra. Then, atma-sangas, we increase our attraction to this material world. This whole material world is based on sex desire. Pungsang skriya mithuni bhavami. Everywhere, either in cat society, dog society, human society, bird society, beast society, anywhere you go, even aquatics, fish, insects, flies, ants, everywhere you will find this attraction, sex attraction. This is the aviros. Everyone is trying to get some taste. So this is the beginning of taste. So, we have got attraction, natural attraction. This material world is simply attraction of the sex life. So when they are actually unite in different ways, but they must unite, either in a legal way or illegal way, they must unite, because the attraction is there. But human civilization, they have given some law, not like cats and dogs. Just like in the morning in the street we saw as the dogs were enjoying sex life. So, in human society, that kind of sex enjoyment, although it is now actually being done in the Western countries, I have seen it. You see, in some public park or in beach, they don't care. They become just like cats and dogs. No human civilization. So, for human civilization, there is some restriction. The allowance, marriage, That is a civilized way. And the fact is the same, but in a civilized way there is. But civilized or uncivilized, as soon as there is sex life, then the attraction for material world immediately increase and attains. When one remains single, the attraction is not so strong. But when they unite, the attraction becomes very strong. Because to maintain a wife, you require room, apartment, griha, which is called griha. So therefore they are called grihastha, one who lives in a griha, in a house. Everyone lives in a house. We are also living in the house, this temple. But grihastha means living with wife in the house. Now griham uchyate, grihini griham ittahu. Simply grihastha does not mean to live in a room or in a house, but to live with a wife, grihini. So then we require apartment or room or house according to our position. Then we require some land for producing food. Now they don't require land for producing. They require something else. Some slavery or some work in the factory. But formerly everyone used to possess a piece of land for producing food. Kshetra. Griha kshetra. Then when there is marriage there will be children, suta. Then there will be friends also, relatives, suta, aptya. Griha kshetra, suta, apta, then vitta, the central point, money. So as soon as they are united, immediately these things will be required. Griha kshetra, suta, apta, vitta. In this way, the attachment for this material world increases. Atat griha kshetra suta apta vittai janasya mohoyam. Moho means illusion. What is that illusion? I am this body and I belong to this material world. This is my society, this is my country, this is my wife, this is my children. This is illusion. Why illusion? Because these are false things. Nobody is your wife, nobody is your children. They have simply assembled together by the waves of time. Just like you have seen in the waves of the river, so many straws assembled together. And again, on the waves they separated. One straw goes this way and one straw goes. Finished. So this is position. We, by our karma form, by the action, reaction of our karma, we artificially assemble there. In a family, in a society, in a country, in a community, in a nation, like that. And after a few years, by the waves of time, everything is separated. You go somewhere, you go somewhere. This is going on. Therefore here it says, the Dehavatva Kalata, those who are blind to understand the self, those who are not realized, self-realized, Satpat, Apasatama-tattvam. Those who are, because a human being, human life is meant for understanding atma-tattva. Athatam Brahma Jigyasa. This life is meant for understanding what I am. But they have lost their all intelligence. They are thinking like cats and dogs. I am this body, I am American, I am Indian, I am Brahman, I am Sudra. And they are busy with that business. Just like cats and dogs, they are busy. I am dog, I am cat, I am tiger, I am bull, I am this, I am that. So, human society has also become like cats and dogs. The same conception, body concept of life. Because apasatam atma-tattvam, there has no knowledge of self. The Bhagavad Gita begins therefore, this self-realization. Dehinasmin yatha dehi. Asmin dehi, this body, contains the dehi, really, the proprietor. So such persons, apasatam atma-tattvam, they are simply busy with all these things. Body and children and wife and relationship. They have a kalatradi because through kalatra we increase. Three means which expands. Three, one accepts three, wife means to expand his relationship. As soon as I get one family becomes my father-in-law. And in relation to, I have got my family and she has got his family. We combine together, then boys, children, then get them married. Increase relationship. He is my brother-in-law, he is my father-in-law, he is my father, he is my brother, he is brother's brother-in-law, father's father-in-law, just like Arjuna was saying. How can I kill them? They are all mine. The same as the ordinary man has got, so Arjuna was playing the ordinary man. This time, you are thinking, here is my brother-in-law, he is my brother, he is my nephew, he is my father-in-law, he is my grandfather. How can I kill them? So, but they will be killed. Nobody can protect. But we have Pasannapina Pasati that I have my father, he was killed, he is gone, dead and gone. So I will be also dead and gone, and my son will be also dead and gone. So why we are depending on these things which will be dead and gone? Nobody will live. Nobody will live. Take big leaders in our country or any country. They are absorbed in nationalism, cannot give up the post of prime ministership, presidency or leadership. Even great leader like Gandhi, he got Swaraj. I wrote him later, Mahatma Gandhi, you have got respect as a religious personality if you don't bother. If you take preaching this thing, what I am doing, preach Bhagavad Gita, you are also lover of Bhagavad Gita. No, even after getting Swaraj, he was implicated. Unless he was killed, he would not do it. Everyone has to leave it, voluntarily or by force, but they will not leave it voluntarily. This is the disease, material disease. Everyone will be forced. You cannot live here forever. They are making very nice arrangement, nice house, nice kingdom, nice city, nice bank balance, nice society, nice community, nice nation. But they are missing one point, that any moment I shall be kicked out. Any moment. There is no guarantee. Parikshit Maharaj got 7 days time that you shall die within 7 days. We have no even 1 second's guarantee. This is our position. But still we are so much attached. Dehapatta palatradisu atma-sandesu. Everyone is thinking, I am very comfortable at home, I have got my wife, I have got my children, I have got my bank balance, I have got so many things, I have got my nation, community, I am secure. I am secure. Why is thinking like that? Pramatya, mad. Madman. That is described. Pishachi paile janamoti channa hoy. Mayagrasta jiver sei dasao koi. Ghostly haunted. Every one of us, this Mayagrasta, one who is under the influence of this material energy, just like, exactly like a man who is ghostly haunted. Ghostly haunted. Perhaps some of you have seen a man ghostly haunted. He talks all nonsense. Similarly, the Mayagrasta Ji, those who are in this material, too much absorbed in the bodily concept of life, without any self-realization. Everyone is thinking like madman that these things will give me protection. Because he has become mad, pramatta. Pramatta, tesang pramatta nidhanam. You are fighting with soldiers, that's all right. But if you know all my soldiers will die, then what is the use of your fighting? Or you take some means that your fighting will be victorious. You know, they do not know. Tatsang nidhanam tesang pramatta nidhanam passannapi napassati. Seeing every moment, ahanya ahani lokani gachanti jamamandira sisa sthitam icchanti kimastat jamat. Yudhishthira Maharaj was inquired, what is the most astonishing thing in this world? Yudhishthira Maharaj, he was very advanced, spiritually realized king. He immediately replied, this is the most wonderful thing, that everyone is thinking that I shall leave. Ahanya ahani lokani gachanti. He's seeing every moment that somebody has died and is going to the crematorium or to the somewhere else. But he is thinking that I am sure, I am secure, I am skeptical. This is the most wonderful thing. And the same thing is repeated here. Tesam nidhanam passannapi na passati. They are closing the eyes. They cannot give you any protection. Suppose you are now very happily situated, say for some years, at most 100 years. Not that, more than that. Because this body, in this material world, especially in this age, cannot live more than 100 years. Or within. And people are dying nowadays, 60, 70, 80 years old, very old. But time will come in this age, that is stated in the Srimad Bhagavatam. If one lives from 20 to 30 years, he will be considered as a very grand old man. Yeah. That time is coming very soon. Of course, it will take time, because as the Kali Yuga is increasing, people are becoming more and more pramatta, more and more animal life. So, their duration of life naturally will reduce. They are not human beings. They will be mlechas and javanas. So, Krishna will come at the end. Mlecha nivaha nidhane kalavati karavalam dhumaketu miva kimapi karalam kesavadhita kaliti sarira jaya javadis. At that time, Krishna will not preach, because we will understand all mlechas are just like nowadays, even also. Such a nice quarter, nobody is interested. Nobody is interested. If you ask them, please come here, we are discussing Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam. Just try to understand the self-realization. This nonsense, very beautiful. I shall die and everything is finished. This is the modern civilization. Even at this time, the Kali Yuga has passed only 5,000 years. And when the duration of the whole Kali Yuga is 4,32,000 of years. Out of that we have only passed 5,000 years since the battle of Kurukshetra. Now still the balance is 4,27,000 of years. So just imagine, after 5,000 years we have become so much deteriorated, and what will happen after 4 lakhs of years? The people will reduce to some small stature, because they will not be properly fed. It's like at the present moment, the stature of the body is reducing. One my German godbrother in 1934, when he came, and he was that Sadananda. So he was very lean and thin. So I asked him that you German people, I understand they are very robust, why you are lean and thin? So he told me that in my childhood, in the First World War, the ration was controlled. Only children, we could get fat, butter. He showed his wristwatch, this quantity only, once in a week. So unless people can get sufficient food, how the stature will remain? It is reducing. Now there is no rice, there is no ghee, there is no this, there is no... In this way, rice will completely finish. No more rice. No more wheat, no more sugar, no more milk. These are stated in this mantra. So if you don't get all these things, then how your body will be developed? It will reduce, just like. At that time, Erandapi Druman, the castor seed trees will be considered as very big trees. Erandapi Druman. So these things are coming gradually. But still, Brahma, people are bad after. The same thing. What is that? Dehapatra kalatravishu. They're bad. We have to maintain the society, healthy, family, country, community. And there is fighting, there is rivalism, because when there will be shortage of food, shortage of everything, then there will be naturally fighting like cats and dogs, killing. People are indulging in killing even his own son, abortion, because people are degrading, they are killing like thing. So that will be reacted. In the womb, the person will be killed. Reaction. Why so many abortions are taking place nowadays? Because the child which has come into the womb of the mother is sinful. He has done previous lives so many killings. Now he has to be killed so many times. He has to be killed so many times, as many times he has killed other poor animals. This is the law of nature. It's like in the state laws. If you kill somebody, the state law will kill him life for life. Similarly, God's law, even if you kill one ant, you will be responsible for this, and you will have to be punished. They do not know this. They do not know this. They think that I am very well situated. I have got very good parents. I am born in a nice nation, or community, or society. I have got wife, my children. They will give me protection. They will not give you protection. Nobody will give you protection. You have to protect yourself. Everyone is responsible for his own work. Nobody will be responsible for your work. Therefore, the next verse, Krishna here, or Sukadeva Goswami is asking Parikshit Maharaj that these things will not give you protection. Tasmad Bharata Sarvatma Bhagavan Hari Ishar Srotavva Kirtitavvascha Smartavvascha Ichhatav Abhayam. Abhayam. This world is bhayam, always fearful. Ahara nidra bhayam haita. These four things are bodily requisition. We need to eat, we need to sleep, therefore we require house or apartment or room, and we require food, and there are senses, of which the sex sense is very strong, ahara nidra, bhayam. And we are always afraid, therefore police is there, the government is here. These things are bodily adjustment. And if we depend on this so-called nation, community, friends, husband, wife, children, that will not give you as protection. The protection is here, because Parikshit Maharaj at the point of his death, his question was, what is my duty? What is my duty? Now I am going to die. People do not know him. What is my duty? Now I was Prime Minister, I was this and that, that's all right. Now death is coming, it will take away all my possessions. immediately, whatever I have acquired. That the rascals, they do not know. Neither they consider. Bhagavan says that Mrityu sarvaharasaham. The rascal, atheists, they do not believe in God. That's all right. But I will appear as death. Who cannot believe? Who is that bold man here who can say, I don't believe in death? How can you say? Is there any bold man? He can say now like madman that I don't believe in God. That's all right. But God will appear as death. You will have to believe in that. That you cannot avoid. Therefore they are provoked. If I say I don't believe in God, then what is the government's harm? He will do something wrong and it will be caught up, he will be arrested and he will be punished. You believe or not, it doesn't matter. Similarly, if this rascal says I don't believe in God, then you can say like madman, but God says, yes, you don't believe, just like Hiranyakasipu. He did not believe in God. So when Nrsimhadev appeared to kill him, he had to believe. Here is something. Here is something. So, therefore we have to take shelter. Not of this family, not of this nation, not of this community, our children, our friends. No, they cannot give us. Therefore Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Sridam sarva bhutana. I am the only friend. Bhutaram jagadamusam sarva rupa mahassaram. Sridam sarva bhutana. These rascals, they come as my friend. These blind leaders who cannot give protection himself. He becomes friend. He gives me advices about nationalism, this is and that is. But he cannot give me, he cannot give himself any protection. How he can give me protection? This is intelligence. This is intelligence. Therefore, Sukadeva Goswami, Tasmad Bharata. He cannot depend on all these foolish things. That is not possible. Now prepare for death. It is very nice. Baryane Sate Prashna. Your question is very nice. To whom shall I take shelter of? Shall I take up shelter of Krishna? Yes. Tatmad Bharata Sarvatma. Krishna is Sarvatma. He is situated in everyone's heart as friend. He is the real friend. He is giving me advice. He is winning conscience, which is a good instruction, counsel. He says, don't be material attached. Sarvadharman parityaja come to me, just become, surrender to me. I will give you protection, I will give you intelligence. No, I reject it. I don't want it. I have got my friend, I have got my nation, I have got my community, I have got my wife, I have got my children, I have got my bank balance. Why should I take protection of you? This is Pasyannapi na pasyati. The rascal does not see that these things will not give you protection. Therefore, the advice is Tasmad Bharata Sarvatma Hari Ishara. They do not know that Sarvatma, although Krishna says that I am Sarvatma, Krishna says, Khetra Ganchapiman Vidhi, Sarva Khetresu Bharat. In the chapter, Khetra. Khetra, Idam Sariram Khetram. This body is Khetra, field of activity. And one who knows, I know, you know, everyone knows, that this is my body, I am not this body. If we think deeply, if we see our finger, my finger, my head, it is not I head. But they are thinking that I head, I body. Not I body, my body. This is not. So, everything is clearly said and the preliminary knowledge of spiritual life, Bhagavad Gita. The Kshetragnanchati Manavidhi. There are two Kshetraga. Kshetraga means the proprietor who knows about this. Idam Sariram Kshetram. And one who knows this, he is Kshetraga. So Kshetraga means you, individual soul. But another Kshetraga. Kshetraga means I know about the pains and pleasure of my body. You know the pains and pleasure of your body. But I do not know the pains and pleasure of your body, neither you know the pains and pleasure of mine. This is individual soul. But another super soul is, that is Krishna. Sarva Khetri Subha. He knows your pains and pleasure, my pains and pleasure, his pains and pleasure, everyone's. Sarva. Therefore, Sridham Sarva Bhutana. He is actually, because he is present with you as friend, this is confined in the Upanishad. Two birds are sitting on the same tree as friends. One is eating the fruit, one is simply observing. Anumanta, that is stated in the Upadrashta, Anumanta. Anumanta. Anumanta means you cannot touch any fruit of this world without the sanction of the super soul. Therefore he is Anumanta. If you say, then if he is giving me sanction for any action, then how I am responsible? No, he is not giving. Because you are insisting, therefore he says, all right, do it at your risk. He is insisting, sarvadharman parityaja mamekam sam. Simply surrender. He is insisting that. But you are insisting in a different way. I want to steal, I want to this, I want to this. But Krishna knows everything, that this rascal will do. All right, do it at your risk. Anumanta, upadrashta, and he remains witness. Because you have done this, now you suffer. Now you suffer. The Christian party said, do not believe in karma. So, in our childhood, I know a student in Scottish Church College, Calcutta, we had to attend the Bible class. So, one professor, Dr. Arthur, he says that if I am suffering the result of my past karma, where is the witness that I have done this bad or good? But he had no knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. We also at that time did not know, we were not very interested. But later on when I read Bhagavad Gita, here is witness. Upadashta Anumanta. Here is witness. Perpetual witness, not only of this life, but many, many lives past. He knows everything. Thank you very much.